Good day, mate. So you're planning for applying a job, and obviously the first thing is to submit your resume. Today, we will not say what's the good things for the resume. Rather, we'll be sharing what not to have, what are the things to avoid, and in a resume. Obviously, the first thing is too many contents. Many times we feel that, look, to get the best job, I have to make or put too many things. Or sometimes I feel, oh, I have so many experience, I have so many skills, I have so many certificates, I have degree, I have to put all those things. But in a resume, the standard size in Australia is just 2 pages. So if you put it in long pages, I'll say no. Sometimes we get even more crumbled than we thought, like, look, I'll put it in 2 pages, but I'll make the font size very small so that's very tiny and people can put it on their magnifying glass and can see that one. Again, absolute no. Even if you make 4 pages, that's even better than putting in smaller font sizes. Sometimes we think like, look, okay, I'll not change the font sizes. I'll not do anything. Why not about the margin? I'll make the margin so big so that we can fit in everything. Again, no. So what to do is put the contents just for 2 pages. And why is that? For 2 basic reasons. Number one is that nowadays, major of the big companies, they are putting in through those softwares, those ATS softwares, which track the things where they are. So if it gets too many long pages, the relevant information that you wanted to put, it might be lost on the crowd because the software might not track that one. The second thing, which is more important for me, is that nowadays HR does take only for few minutes to take the things. And if you put it like a longer resume, they will not even take the important points. So the top thing that we need to put it in is that we need to specify that what are the contents that are relevant for your resume to go to the interview skills so that we can be successful. So not too many contents, rather what are the relevant and important contents that we need to put it on for our resumes and all these things. Look, mate, at the end of the day, resume will not get you a job. The resume will only put you for that interview skills. So we should be putting, or we should try to put in, what are the interviews, what are the things that will make the HR or the ATS system give you that tick box to take you to the interview skills. So that's number one thing, to avoid too many content. Now what's number two? Number two is that to making it more colorful, all fancy and all those things. You know, I had because we run that organization called QTES, Queensland Training and Employment Service, and we help people upgrading their resumes, cover letters and interview skills. So we receive a lots of people and lots of minds. So I share a story that one day one of the lady, she joined our program and she was from overseas. I'm not mentioning which country that she's from. And she's saying that, look, in Australia, the resumes are boring. They are like all same colors and all these things. You know, my country, the resumes are so colorful. She put like 4 or 5 different colors in here and there. And I took, look, our advice is go through what's the system are, but you can take your own choices. And she didn't took our word. She went her own way and she put like 4 or 5 colors, different colors and all these things. I think that would become like an art, but as a resume, we don't know. Moving forward, what happened also is like, because we all don't only help people to upgrade their resume and cover letter, we also help people to find a job. So we found a recruiter who was looking for some people for some admin jobs, and we put her one also there. And after that, the HR from that company called me because they knew our stand and all these things. They said like, hey, Dr. Zach, why you send that resume which we couldn't even understand where they are? And that's the thing, that is that when you put too many colors and everything in a Australian HR system, it got really confused because people are really expecting where the everything's are. Again, I really want to stress that the HR does not have much time to screen those resumes. So they have a relatively mindset. Here should be the summary, here should be the education, here should be the job experience, and there should be key skills and all these things. And it should be like very easily readable and all these things. If not, they say, look, it's wasting my time, I'll move forward. So again, my stress is that no need to put it, make it fancy and artful and all these things. Rather make it simple, easy to read and all these things. Now, a good question can be that, is there no chance of putting our stand of arts and all these things? Yes, there is. In fact, there is a very beautiful way that we can also put our art, and we will put that one. How's that? If we can figure out like the company that we are applying for job, what is their logo colors and logo theme colors, and if we put that color in some of way, we can demonstrate that how we can articulate our resume for that one. For example, if you're applying for a job, say one of the big shot Bunnings, and we know that their color is red, why not obviously put everything in a black color? I'm not saying everything put in a red color. Put the writings in a gray or black color, but where you have the dots and all those things, where you have the sign points, put some red colors there, showing that you have that sense of attitude for that one, so that people of that HR, they feel like, oh, okay, they understand our color, they're making us personalized, they're making us valued, and that will add a lot of point. So obviously, if you don't have that sense, or if you don't have the time, go for the straight black and white or gray. But if you wanted to feel a bit of making them a bit more importance, check on that what are the colors they have, and you put some of their colors in the bullet points and all these things to make it fancy and all those things. Now, what can be the number 3? The number 3 is reference. And in Australia, the reference, they put a very high importance. I have been referee for many job applicants and many job seekers. They have put my name as a referee because I have been part of their programs in the training and all these things. And many times I feel that they give more importance the review from the referee than the application itself. So having a reference is very, very important. So make sure you have referee. But for any reason, if you don't have a referee, don't put something like that. Say like referee will be submitted once applied, i.e. that you wanted to mention that, look, if you select me, then I'll put those referees. And straight away you will be getting a no. I know like many foreign countries, we have that submission is like, we will be only putting that referee when we have gotten for the next level of interviews and all these things. In Australia, no. People expect that in our resume, they have the referees. For any reason, if you don't have referees, then skip the whole section. Don't even mention that you have referees. But if you have referees, at least put one, best if you have 2. That's the one that comes in. The very last point that I wanted to put it in, and I want to start that point by mentioning a statement, and it says that we always have to say the truth, but it's not that we have to expose all the truth all the time. What I mean that in the reference, obviously, we have to say everything which is true. There is no section of having any fraud or any misleading or any information. Absolutely no. However, it's not that we have to expose all the truths. What I mean by that? It's not uncommon nowadays that we might have 2 jobs on the same time, or we might have lots of jobs doing on the simultaneous time. Do we really need to put all of them in the job resume? No. Rather, what we put in the resume is the one that's our more relevant ones. What are the things that will be more relevant for that job applications? What are things that really uphold my skills and all those things? So that's why those are the experience and the careers which are not relevant, we can skip them. And some of those certificates, some of those trainings that we don't have, we can skip them. We don't need to really put all of them, but rather we wanted to put those are the one that's really relevant, and put those ones things are there. Those will be put it on all these things. So hopefully these 4 tips were really useful. Again, these are the one that we have mentioned not to put in the resume, but rather to avoid them in our resume, so that we can have one of our best outcomes for our job application. So all the best, mates. Thank you. See you on the next time.